Good evening to all. Today we are going to discussing about the international banking and forex management. International banking refers to the banking operation that takes place across the national boundaries. It involves the financial transaction between the individual, corporation, governments, and banks of different countries. Unlike domestic banking, which operates within a single country and currency. International banking deals play a crucial role in promoting global trade and investment. And international bank provides services such as the foreign exchange transaction, trade finance, international loans, and investment banking. For example, an Indian exporter receiving payment in USA dollars from an American buyers requires international banking service to convert to US dollar into Indian rupees. International banking also support multinational corporations by financing overseas projects with multiple currencies and across the border regulation. However, it involves higher risks such as exchange rate risk, political risk, and country risk. Major international banks like HSB, BCA, and Citibank operate in several countries. Thus, international banking is essential for the progression and economic development. Foreign trade financing. Foreign trade financing refers to the financing assistance provided by the bank to export and import to facilitate international trade. Since the international trade involves a time between shipment of goods and receipt of payments. Trade finance ensures smooth transactions. Banks provide pre-shipment finance to the exporter to purchases raw materials and manufactured goods. Post-shipment finance is given after goods are shipped until payment is received. Letter of credit (LLC) is an important instrument in a trade finance, where the bank guarantees payment to the exporter on behalf of the importer. For example, if an Indian importer purchases machinery worth rupees 50,000 from Germany, the bank issues an LC assuring payment. This reduces the risk of non-payment. The trade financing improves liquidity and encourages international trade. It also protects the exporter from commercial risk and political risk. Therefore, foreign trade financing is a backbone of global commerce. International financial transaction, lending and borrowing across borders. International financial transactions include cross-border lending and borrowing activities between the countries. Lending across border across when a bank in one country provides a loan to a borrower in another country. For example, on Indian company borrowing $1 million from a US bank is an example of cross-border lending. If the exchange rate is rupees 83 per US dollar, the loan amount Indian rupees equal to 8.3 crore. Borrowing across border is done through the instant instrument like external commercial borrowing, CSP, syndicate loans, and the international boost. Government also borrow from international financial institutions for development projects. However, such as transaction involve exchange rate risk. If there will be a deficit from 83 to 90 per US dollar or repayment time, the borrower has to pay more in Indian rupees terms. Political instability and the interest rate changes also affect the repayment. Therefore, international lending and borrowing play a vital role in capital formation, but involve financial risk. Exchange rate denomination and fixed and floating system. Exchange rate is the price of one currency in terms of another. Under the fixed exchange rate system, the value of the currency is fixed by the government or central bank. The central bank intervenes in the foreign exchange market to maintain the stability. In India, the exchange rate management is controlled by the Reserve Bank of India. Under the floating exchange rate system, the value currency is determined by the demand and supply forces. If import increases, demand for foreign currency rises. If import increases, demand for foreign currency rises, leading to depreciation of domestic currency. For example, if demand for US dollars increases, Indian rupees may fall from 83 to 85 per US dollar fixed. Fixed it provides stability but require large foreign exchange reserves. Floating rates allow automatic adjustment, but they can volatility. Most countries follow the floating system, combining both approaches. Spot and forward exchange rates. Spot and exchange rate is the rate of which the currencies are exchanged immediately, usually within 2 working days. For example, if US dollar equal to 83 and the importer needs 2000, he pays $1,66,000 at the spot rate. Forward exchange rate is the rate agreed upon today for future delivery of currency. They helps avoid uncertainty. Suppose the 3-month forward rate is 85 per US dollar and an importer expect to pay $2,000 after 3 months. He will pay the $1,70,000 regardless of future rate changes. If the rate rises to 90, he avoids the additional loss. If it falls to 80, he loses potential again, but avoid this. Forward contract are commonly used by the exporters and importer to manage the currency fluctuation. Thus, spot and forward markets are essential components of the foreign exchange market. Forward cover and hedging. Forward cover refers to the use of the forward contract to protect against exchange rate fluctuation. It is a risk management technique used in the international trade. For example, an exporter expecting 10,000 after 3 months may enter into a forward contract at 84 per US dollar. He will receive 8,40,000 irrespective of market fluctuation. If the spot rate falls to 80 later, he avoids the loss of 40. Hedging is a broader concept that includes the forward contract, futures, options, and swaps. This financial instrument reduces the uncertainty and product profits. Company engaged in the international business regularly hedge their foreign exchange exposure. Without hedging, currency fluctuation may reduce the profit or increase cost. Therefore, forward cover and the hedging are important tools in foreign exchange management. International financial institution and their fluctuation. International financial institution organization that promote global financial stability and economic development. This International Monetary Fund maintains international monetary stability and provides short-term financial assistance to countries facing balance of payment problems. The World Bank provide long-term loans for development projects such as infrastructure, education, and poverty reduction. The ASEAN Development Bank area supports economic development in ASEAN countries. The International Finance Corporation (IFC), International Financial Corporation, promotes private sector investment, while the International Development Association idea provides transitional loans to poor countries. This institution helps in economic stabilization, poverty reduction, and the infrastructure development worldwide. Problems. The World Bank provide long-term loans for development projects such as the infrastructure, education, and poverty reduction. The ASEAN Development Bank aims support economic development in ASEAN countries. The International Financial Corporation (IFC) promotes private sector investment, while the International Development Association provides a transition loan and poor country. This institution helps in economic stabilization, poverty reduction, and infrastructure development worldwide. Source of foreign exchange. Foreign exchange is regularly paid in the imports and foreign liabilities. Major sources include export earnings from goods and services. Invisible by exports such as the tourism, IT services, and consultancy services. So, and foreign currency. NRI remittances are important source of foreign exchange for India. Foreign direct investment brings long-term capital into the country. Foreign institutional investment includes the investment in stock markets. external commercial borrowings and global depository receipts. GDR is if we perform external commercial borrowings, GDR perform depository receipts help raise funds internationally. Offshore borrowings are loans often from foreign banks. For example, in India, exports after worth 1 billion, it earns valuable foreign exchange. That's it. Thus, divestment sources strengthen the country foreign exchange resources. Foreign exchange management, composition of resources. Foreign exchange management refers to the regulation and control of foreign exchange transaction to ensure economic stability. In India, it's governed by the regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. The composition of foreign exchange resources includes the foreign currency, assets, gold reserves, special travel rights, SDR, and the reserve transposition with the IMF, International Monetary Fund. The SDRs are international reserve assets that are created by the International Monetary Fund. Current account transaction include export. Yes, current account transaction include export, import services, remittances, and income payments. Proper management ensures stability in exchange rates and balance of payments. For example, if foreign resources are high, the central bank can stabilize the currency during the crisis. Therefore, exchange management is essential for economic stability and growth.